The O'Reilly Factor, the #1 cable news show for 13 years running.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Factor follow-up segment tonight. A huge scandal unfolding in Maryland. As we reported last week, 25 people have been indicted on federal racketeering charges, all of whom were associated with a jail called the Baltimore Detention Center. 4 prison guards, were impregnated by a gang leader serving time inside the center. That man, Tavon White, also was allegedly running a drug ring from the prison. This was going on for 4 years before the arrest came down. This isn't the first time there was a scandal at a Maryland prison. In 2009, the feds charged 24 people, including 4 corrections officers, with drugs and weapon charges at the former Maryland Penitentiary in Baltimore. In both situations, Governor Martin O'Malley and the Secretary of Public Safety and Correctional Service, Gary Maynard, were in charge. Yet O'Malley and Maynard admit no wrongdoing at all and say they've done a good job overseeing the prisons. The security chief of the Baltimore Detention Center, Shavella Miles, was finally removed after the press began hammering O'Malley. But Maynard kept his job, which is amazing. So how bad was this prison? Jesse Waters did a number of interviews to find out.
The Black Gorilla family, they basically run the jail. They had freedom. They were never in their cells. They were, basically running around the facility. The correctional officers were bringing them outside food, anything they wanted, basically. To be honest, in the time that I was there, I never once saw the warden. You would see an assistant warden maybe walk by, maybe once a month or so, but never really saw anybody with any rank there.
So no authority figure whatsoever at this place?
No, not on the cell blocks.
What kind of drugs was he running in and out of this place?
Anything you could think of. Anything. Prescription pills, marijuana, heroin, cocaine, tobacco, alcohol, anything.
Was it being used and sold out in the open?
Yes.
In front of the correctional officers?
Yes.
That's astounding.
It was shocking when I first got there and saw this. Everybody has knives there.
Everybody has knives, everybody has drugs.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like a prison.
No.
Are you at all concerned about this new scandal as it's come forward? And do you feel that O'Malley and Maynard have been responsible in addressing it?
I can't believe that a blind eye has been turned for as long as it has. I mean, it was so out in the open. I'm shocked that nobody's found this out earlier.
And we were shocked as well. So Waters asked Governor O'Malley to explain, especially in light of a bill he signed 2 years ago that makes it difficult for the state of Maryland to discipline corrupt prison guards.
Governor, quick question for you. Are you holding anybody accountable for the Baltimore prison scandal?
Absolutely we are. In fact, there have been 89 people terminated from the correction service even before these 13. We initiated this investigation in this fight.
Because the Washington Post and the FBI both said that a bill that you signed in 2010 allowed these unionized correctional officers a very permissive culture and allowed them to run wild.
Yeah, well,
How do you respond to that?
I disagree with that assertion, and I don't believe that there is any impediment to our ability to root out corruption in our prisons.
Then why, Governor, has this been going on for 4 years? Obviously, the state of Maryland is not controlling the prison system. And of course, once the factor got involved, O'Malley went on the defensive.
It's about the intelligence sharing. It's about connecting the dots. It's also about not being shy, regardless of, the cheap shots of Bill O'Reilly or other people take when you go after corruption.
Yeah, sure, Governor. Reporting the truth is a cheap shot to you, but not to us. Waters then turned his attention to Gary Maynard, the guy in charge of the prisons, who inexplicably is still being paid more than $165,000 a year by the Maryland taxpayers.
Now, people are calling for your resignation. People are saying O'Malley should fire you. How do you react to that? Do you think you should step down?
No, I think we ought to fix the problem. We opened up this problem. We knew what we were getting into when we did. I think we ought to fix it, and that's what we're doing.
And you think you're the man to fix the problem?
I know I'm the man to fix the problem.
Are you open to coming on the Factor and airing it out with Mr. Bill?
I'm not familiar with this program. I don't watch this program.
All right. Maybe you should. Thank you very much.
Well, maybe you should.
Well, I do because I work for him.
Here now is Jesse Wise. That guy as dumb as it sounds?
You'd think he'd know who you are because you've been calling for his resignation for about 3 weeks.
He knows who I am. But he just sounded like a moron. I mean, was he that way throughout the whole interview? We only used like 45 seconds.
No, I honestly think he's either oblivious to the situation or he lied to me because he said he visited this facility a few times and never saw anything. But if you listen to the ex-con who we interviewed, there's no way not to know what's going on because marijuana smoke clouds the facility.
This is the second time. It's not the first time.
Right.
We had another prison where this was out of control.
Right.
So obviously not doing their job. Now, we had a hard time finding out about the warden. You said you never saw the warden.
Right.
What happened to the warden? Why won't they tell us what happened to the warden?
Well, they're turning over a lot of wardens right now. There's been 3 or 4 over the last 6 years. The last information we got after I tried to get it all day long, Tuthill was this guy who was the warden only 6 months ago, retired. Now, I don't know what kind of retirement it was. It was pushed or whatever. But then the guy before that, Merritt, resigned, but is still on Maryland's payroll.
Sure. All right. Obviously, we'd like to talk to Governor O'Malley if he wants to talk, and if he got something wrong, Maynard too. All right, Waters, thank you. On deck, the Duck Dynasty guy, Willie Robertson. He'll tell us why that program's a massive hit. The Duck Guy, moments away.